Dear Derek, our first interest in Amsterdam, Texas is the water. Bracket water with an opening to the sea, like in Holland. A hamlet where two retired friends are constructing a boat that appears to become the smallest boat in America. It's quite an adventure. It's a story. As Dutchmen, we are particularly interested in ship construction, what material you use and which techniques. But first of all, we are curious to know how it is to live in Amsterdam, Texas, especially for you as an Englishman.
I believe that Texas is the epitome of Southern hospitality. It's something that I noticed when I first came here 30 years ago, how warm and friendly most people are. You find, unfortunately, that a Texan out of his own environment, i.e. in Europe, can be brash, loudmouthed, and obnoxious. But in his own home state, he is the most hospitable, likable person that you could ever wish to meet.
L'immense Texas se voit comme une île parmi les États de l'Union. Bob et Derek y sont comme des Robinson en goguette.
I was born in Houston, and my grandparents were born in Houston, as was my mother. So it makes me a third generation Houstonian. And we were raised in Houston until I was about in the 5th grade, where we moved to a place called Webster, Texas, which was on Clear Creek. And my mother has accused me, once she saw where we now live, of trying to recreate my childhood. I always wanted to be Roy Rogers when I was a young boy, and had my picture taken on a horse with pistols and stuff, and that was quite fun. And then as you grow and become a young adult, your dreams is to have a fast car and go places and be able to have your freedom. And then
And have a pretty girl with you.
yeah, always. So your dreams progress, and then when you find a wonderful woman like my current wife, it makes life worthwhile. So I'm living my dream. We didn't set out to settle in Amsterdam, but now that we're here, we're proud to be in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, Texas n'est qu'à 2 pas du golfe du Mexique. Petit Éden lacustre, off the road, sans statut administratif, sans taxes et autogéré. Un lieu anonyme, sauvage. Un anarchisme de confort.
The boat that we're building right now is made out of material that went down and got from Belize. A lot of the native Indians use a lot of wooden boats that they made, canoes and so forth, were made out of the same material that we're building this boat. It's a lightweight wood, very flexible, and it makes it much easier to work with than a piece of oak, for instance, which is very dense wood. My desire to build boats comes from my grandfather, who was a carpenter in a small community in South Texas, and he used to make boats. My father was very much the carpenter as well, and I grew up learning how to work with wood. And so wooden boats is pretty natural for me.
Not for me. This was the first time that I have ever built anything like this. I've built a raft before out of old oil drums and bits of wood tied together. But when Bob approached me with the idea of building a boat, I thought, well, he has the expertise and he has the tools, and it's been a fun project.
Derek, he's an English sea captain, quite a character, has a wonderful sense of humor, and a very good sense of life. We seem to get things done together that...
He tells me what to do, I do it.
we share in the doing, however.
Yeah, we share in the doing. It's, as Bob was saying earlier, you have to have a plan, and Bob usually lays out the plan, and I go along with it. And then we chat while we're doing it. I think the boat is really only designed for one man to row it. So whoever is in the boat at the time is going to be the boss. And if the person who is rowing is the person who is rowing is the boss. If he takes a passenger, the passenger is a passenger. We had a neighbor, he was, I guess, late 70s, and his passion was to go out fishing. And most days he would go out fishing and he'd come home. And one day he didn't come home. He died. He died out there, but he died while he was fulfilling his passion. Coast Guard found his body floating the next day. And that's, yeah, like I say, I think we could all wish to go out doing something that we really enjoy rather than vegetating in a wheelchair somewhere.
I guess one of the really fortunate things that both Derek and I have together is the fact that we're healthy enough to work on the boats, and we don't have physical ailments that impair us.
Well, we're both alcoholics, I guess.
Well, that doesn't count. That makes the boat building better.
The women enjoy catching fish more than fishing. It's very frustrating to them when you go out in the boat and you are fishing and fishing and fishing. It's frustrating to us as well, but at least we are more realistic about it and know that it is not
well,
not possible.
we eat much better when the women are on board.
That's true, yes. My wife always wanted to live on fresh water, and I said, no, I want to live on salt water. And so we made a compromise. We are living on brackish water. I can be out into the Gulf of Mexico on my little 7-meter boat in 20 minutes. So that's a good compromise for me. I'm looking forward to going on the Queen Mary too, and I'm looking forward to the smell of the salt air and the salt breeze in my hair, and just, it's... You know, when I was sailing, people would ask me what was the most interesting place that I have ever visited. And after a lot of thought, it always boils down to the same thing. It's the people you meet. It is not the place itself, it is the people that make the place. I observe a lot of things in the United States that make me mad. The fact that most Americans are so insular. Their country is beautiful and big and vast, but they know nothing of the outside world.